Let's talk about this chart because this is a fairly interesting event that just happened. We sort of just had the flash crashing, if you will. And this was the result, at least I suspect, of Bitcoin Cash getting listed on GDAX and Coinbase. It's not actually tradable yet, and my understanding is because they're supposedly. Oh, wow. Okay, so it looks like I just get to watch the beginning of the trading right now. Let's go ahead and switch over to the 1 minute candles. This should be fairly interesting. Starting at $5,500, that's going to go down very quickly. Wow, we actually get to enjoy the first moments of Bitcoin Cash trading on GDAX. There was a delay because of the fact that they wanted to wait until there was sufficient liquidity, but what I suspect is going to happen here is price is going to crash very quickly. I mean, because right now Bitcoin Cash on the other exchanges is roughly $3,300. Plus, I don't know exactly because I didn't have Bitcoin at the time of the Bitcoin Cash hard fork on Coinbase. I actually don't know if everybody got their Bitcoin Cash at this point. I don't know if there's a delay right now. Obviously, that's what the intended purpose is for everybody to get that Bitcoin Cash. I just don't know if it's happened yet. If it hasn't happened yet, then you can expect a huge influx of supply for Bitcoin Cash, which will lead in this price going down. But I don't think that this pump is going to last particularly long. It is interesting watching Bitcoin react to the launch of Bitcoin Cash trading. I'm surprised to see Bitcoin Cash pumping this much at the moment. What's likely happening is we are seeing a few very wealthy individuals pumping up the price because they have incentive to do so. So right now we are watching live the potential of the cashing, which is not going to happen, by the way. In the event that we see this price come up to where Bitcoin is, the likelihood is that people from other exchanges are going to send all of their Bitcoin Cash over to GDAX. There's probably going to be a very, very sluggish delivery of Bitcoin Cash into GDAX, and then once that supply comes, a bunch of people are going to sell it off and the price is going to go down. But in the meanwhile, this obviously looks fairly scary and it looks like it's going to happen. It'll be interesting to see if Bitcoin actually experiences yet another flash crash. We are starting to see it move downward as we speak at the moment. This could be a good opportunity to get in. I almost wish I wasn't recording a video right now because there is actually substantial activity or potential here. I wish I could short this. I really do. I wish I could short this. It would be interesting. You see here, you can tell how all of these exchanges are at roughly 3,300. This should update at some point in the next 5 minutes. I imagine they're all going to pump as well. But this is probably going to offer a fairly good opportunity to get into Bitcoin if we see a substantial decline in it, because this is market manipulation at its finest. I hope that Coinbase is aware of the fact that you can't have situations like this happen, because it's not like just in the last 5 minutes that Bitcoin Cash has increased by 200%. It just hasn't happened. But this is the nature of a market that has very thin liquidity. That's number one. And step number two is the fact that you have people with a lot of money that are forcing these prices upward. But it looks like we're starting to see a little bit of a sell wall here. We should start to see this sell off substantially. If I had any Bitcoin Cash on this exchange, I would sell all of it. And you can see here too, it wouldn't take much to push the price all the way back down. And if we increase the aggregation here, you actually can see that the lowest order is all the way down at $5,200 on the buy side. And the total aggregation here, I think if I click this, here you can see, it would only take $1.2 million or 160 Bitcoin Cash to push the price down all the way to $5,000, right? So that's the important part to understand about liquidity, is that very quickly you can manipulate these order books, but people are starting to realize that Bitcoin Cash is very overvalued, and this is the response that you're going to get. And these prices should come back down to reality fairly soon. And you can already see Bitcoin starting to recover here. If this type of situation concerns you, then you need to take a step back, take a deep breath, and think logically, because we just watched it live. I actually started recording before this began trading. I want to say at this point, a lot of people are concerned that this is a coordinated attack on the Bitcoin network. This is not the cashioning 2.0, okay? Before anybody thinks that this is the cashioning 2.0, it's really not. It is going to potentially be a boon for Bitcoin Cash, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. I actually suspected that price would go down as a result of it getting listed on GDAX and Coinbase, because I figured everybody would want to offload their Bitcoin Cash fairly quickly. However, it looks like because price has gone up this much, we're probably going to see, for the meanwhile at least, we're probably going to see people hold off on selling it because they want to take advantage of this pump. And it looks like GDAX may have halted trading here, because this is what I was looking at before, where you saw the order books sort of frozen and you saw the numbers changing but no actual trades being executed. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, so you can see that they halted trading for very good reason. Okay, so this is interesting to watch live. More importantly, there is an opportunity potentially here in Bitcoin. I still don't love it at $16,000. The one thing that I do like about Bitcoin as of late, before I tell you that, let's see what Bitcoin Cash is doing. So you can see it pumped up a little bit on all of these exchanges, but not a ton. So we're probably going to see the price on GDAX come down quite a bit. But the thing I do like about Bitcoin at the moment is that this dominance level has been steadily declining over the past 48 hours or so, like quite a bit. And if you go to the chart here, hopefully this loads relatively quickly, but what we saw back in August was Bitcoin sort of hovering around that 45% level. So Bitcoin might become a very attractive buy on a relative basis to other cryptocurrencies at roughly 45% dominance. I actually don't hate it at 50% dominance, and we're already below that level now, because it tends to retrace. At least I think that's going to be what happens next. So I don't hate buying Bitcoin at a dominance of 45%. I still think the entire cryptocurrency market is overvalued, but if you're going to stay in the market, Bitcoin is becoming a more attractive alternative than altcoins. And you guys know that I generally prefer altcoins. So when I say that I like Bitcoin, you know I mean it. All right, at least at the moment relative to other investments in this particular field. I still have quite a bit of money in cash in the event that we see a more substantial decline in Bitcoin on a dollar level. But again, on a relative basis to other cryptocurrencies, it's starting to become more attractive. You guys know I still like Ethereum, even though it's starting to increase quite a bit relative to Bitcoin. This is not a convincing chart. Let's go a little bit longer term. So if you look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin, you can see we broke through that 4 million Satoshi level, currently at roughly 4.7 million. And I still have targets set at around 5.5 to 6 million Satoshi for Ether. And again, so a lot of people are going to ask me, what is the relevant dollar level for that? And there isn't one, because obviously Bitcoin fluctuates throughout time. But anyway, we got to watch this live. We got to see what happened with Bitcoin Cash. We literally saw 3 minutes worth of trading. And there you go. You can see this sell wall starting to build up a little bit. I'm assuming what happened is GDAX has frozen trading, and they're essentially allowing people to send orders or send Bitcoin Cash to the order books, but they're not actually executing those trades. And they're going to start executing those trades once we see a little bit more liquidity than we currently have, which should be fairly interesting. But in 3 minutes, 3,000 Bitcoin Cash, that's insane. Some people got screwed or hosed in this particular case, and some people made a lot of money with that. So congratulations if you're one of the people that got to sell your Bitcoin Cash in the first 3 minutes here. You might be sad if you sold it all the way down at $5,000, but trust me, you should not be, because it's going to close below 5,000 very likely, at least when the trading resumes and we start seeing that liquidity come back and a little bit less market manipulation. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. It'll be interesting to watch Bitcoin over the following 24 hours or so. I will provide an update if anything intense happens like we just witnessed. I really did not expect to witness the first few minutes of trading for Bitcoin Cash live on video, but it was an interesting event to say the least. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like guaranteed response to your comment, make sure you check out my Steemit. Otherwise, leave a like, comment, and subscription, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.